Just a friendly reminder for all the StepBrothers podcast listeners that the midterm elections are coming up.
Okay.
Get out there and vote.
Trey Tracks, I think we got one.
It's voting season, bruh.
No voting, no loving. No voting, no touching. No voting, no nothing. No voting, no fucking, no voting, no fucking. No voting, no loving. No voting, no touching. No voting, no nothing. No voting, no fucking, no voting, no fucking. BLK app looking for some action. Swagger homie Scott was heavy. Face is a 9, abs a 10. D is a to be determined. He got mad jokes, he don't seem broke. The only red flag, he said he don't vote.
This nigga don't vote.
Turns for all the single cuties. Wanna hit this booty, gotta do your civic duty. No voting, no voting, no touching. No voting, no nothing. No
This is Saucy Santana and Trina. They want y'all to get out there and vote. No voting, no bucking. All right, get out there and vote.
Dick to be determined.
Yeah,
You want to touch this booty? You got to do your civic duty.
come on. I'd like to welcome everybody back to the StepBrothers podcast, episode 194.
Let me double confirm.
Double confirm.
I think so. Yeah.
Yes, sir. It's your host with the most, Chris Minor, a.k.a. Dino Spumoni, extra cheese and pepperoni, a.k.a. Talk to Me Nice, a.k.a. Young Chris Kringle, the gift that keeps on giving, a.k.a. Young Paulie Walnuts, a.k.a. Young Wikipedia, a.k.a.
Young Wikipedia.
I got a lot of tattoos on my face. Not getting any more, though. I'm done. No more face tats.
No more face tats.
What's good, Dalton?
What's good?
Yeah.
It's me. Dad. I wake up at sunrise to see my sunrise.
Yes, sir. Let me drop
Raiden's favorite parent.
Ooh, Shelby not gonna like that.
I had to throw one slug in there.
She not gonna like that.
Yeah.
Only thing gonna be black on you is your eye.
But yeah, we out here.
Yes, sir. We didn't have to take the stairs today.
No, we're fresh and ready to go.
Yeah, we're not fucking. Dalton forgot to press record last week on the video, so that's why we didn't have any clips or footage for y'all.
Yeah,
but he made sure this week because Dalton is studious like that, I guess.
It was. I can't believe I did that.
Yeah,
because we set it up and everything.
Yeah, we did.
I got the light. And then
we even tested it. Like let's try to see if
never even pressed the
camera.
But either way, we're back at it.
Yeah. Look, I had some free time while Raiden was asleep, so I started thinking. Halloween's coming up. So I wrote down a list of ideas of costumes you and I could potentially go as. Yeah.
Me and you?
Yeah. Okay. For like the podcast. Let's say we dress up for the podcast for Halloween or something. Not actually taken away from Raiden's trick-or-treating experience because I'm trying to get drunk and throw up in my Darth Vader helmet. So I got a couple. Let me know where you sit at. All right?
Okay.
All right. You're going to like this one. Fast and Furious. All right? You could be Paul Walker. I could be Tyrese. So when somebody walk up to us and ask us, hey, what are y'all for Halloween? You just be like, forget about it, cuz. And we walk off. You know what I'm saying? You don't like that one? All right. Fast and Furious 3, Bow Wow and the Country Boy. We could do that too. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'll take a Hulk glove with me so they know because his car was Hulk.
No.
Hulk. Okay. No. What about Justin Timberlake and Timberland? How you feel about that?
So what, am I wearing a suit? Is that?
Yeah, and I'll just be like, don't give away.
You gotta.
Don't give away. I could like beatbox or something.
That's the costume?
Yeah.
Okay, it has to be a costume.
No, I mean, dress up like how Tim would dress, I guess. All right. This will probably be a little bit easier. Pharrell and Justin.
Okay.
We could do that. You know what I'm saying? That's back in the Cindy Rita days. So we can make something happen. You know what I'm saying?
Gotta wear some ice cream at BBC.
Yeah. And I'm in the dough. All right. What about White Man Can't Jump? Wesley Snipes. What's his name? Woody Harrelson? How you feel? I'm practically already
That's easier.
Wesley Snipes from that movie, anyways. You know what I'm
I was
saying?
we gotta get 5 panel hats wearing backwards.
Yeah. The gym
Tank tops with some short shorts.
Yeah. Some Nike flights or some shit like that. Yeah, we could do that. All right.
Might be an expensive one, but yeah.
Yeah, well, all right. Lethal Weapon. You know I already got Danny Glover voice down. Riggs! You know I already got that down. Riggs! How about it? You can wear the cowboy boots, tight jeans.
Bro, fuck Lethal Weapon.
That's blasphemous, bro. That's so fucking blasphemous. Are you crazy? Lethal Weapon 1, 2, and 3. I understand 4 because it was like, all right, these niggas old. Everybody having babies and shit.
So here,
Chris Rock in here for some reason.
Let me just get this out the way since we're on Lethal Weapon for some reason. Lethal Weapon 1 is fine.
Okay.
But they're all the same movie.
So what?
They're all the same movie.
They brought in your boy Joe Pesci.
His motherfucking family get taken every fucking movie.
Joe Pesci came and turned shit up, though.
Man, shit. No, I'm not a Lethal Weapon fan.
That's crazy. All right, what about Timon and Pumbaa?
Why?
Timon's white, Pumbaa black in my eyes. We could do that. We could walk around, sing Hakuna Matata. You know what I'm saying? We'll be a hit with the kids.
Wow, okay.
No? All right, I got one more. It'd be Future and B Rabbit from 8 Mile. You can wear the hoodie. I get up there and say, my boy's nice. You know what I'm saying? Right. We're at home in a trailer. We could do the whole routine. You're not feeling that either.
No, I'm not.
That's crazy. I've worked really hard on that. You know how long it took me to think of white and black duos? Kobe and Paul Gasol. You want to do that?
No.
That was the last one.
Because that requires me to buy a Paul Gasol jersey.
Hey, he's definitely gonna be a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, he's not Dirk though, so I don't care.
Oh, all right. Well, that's true too, I guess. If there's any more white and black duos out there that I forgot, y'all, we could be the Yin Yang sign. We could be the Yin Yang twins.
One of us gotta have a small hand.
Oh man, we could do that. Shake it like a salt
Gotta
shaker.
have some crunk juice.
Yeah, we could do all that. Oakleys, bring those back. Oh my God, I wanted a pair.
We gotta whisper the whole day.
Yeah, I knew that shit was hard for them niggas to do because all they did was yell. Anyways, we're on music, so you want to talk about the BET Hip Hop Awards?
You watched it, I didn't. So
well,
yeah.
I'm not gonna hold you. I did not watch it per se. I watched clips on YouTube. Fat Joe was hosting this year. I don't know how well he did. You know he's doing a stand-up, right?
No.
Like, Chappelle has something to do with it.
Okay.
Like, it's basically like that one night only type thing, like what Mike Tyson did.
Okay.
He just gets up there and talks about his life, but it's Fat Joe, so it's going to be funny. Anyways, they were honoring Steve Rifkin. If y'all don't know who that is, he was like a famed music guy in the 90s, 2000s. He signed some really dope acts. So they all came out and performed. I know Wu-Tang came out, Fat Joe, Remy Ma, David Banner, Lil Flip, 3-6 Mafia, Project Pat. It was like a really good performance. Like, everybody did a really good job. Though I will say Pusha T performed as well. He performed Diet Coke. He performed Just So You Remember Who You Dealing With, off the new album. He's the only rapper that did not use backing vocals. So shout him out for that, because he's definitely one of the older performers of the night. And Breath Control's immaculate. And he brought out Malice, which is his brother. I always thought they were twins, but they're not.
Not.
Malice is older than him.
Yep.
They did Grinding. The whole crowd went crazy, you know, as they should. Those are legends. We know what that song did when it came out. Lunch tables will never be the same. All that jazz, you know what I'm saying? Glorilla performed. Our girl performed. You know what I'm saying? I'm so proud of her. You know what I'm saying? I seen her start on Twitter where she ended up. You know what I'm saying? She won an award too. I think she beat out Baby Keem. It was like for best breakout artist or whatever.
I actually agree with that because her breakout was extremely fast. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about extremely fast.
Yeah, like she out of there. I know she beat Baby Keem. I don't know who else was in the category, but she won that. She definitely shot it out. Gotti. I don't know if you've seen Gotti lately. He got the beard. They say he did not have a beard a week ago, but that's his business. You know what I'm saying? You dress for the job you want.
Spray it
you know
on.
what I'm saying? But the performance that stuck out to me was another Yo Gotti artist, ESTG. I really enjoyed his album. I think it's called Never Felt Nothing. I believe that's what it's called. And I really enjoyed that album. And I wasn't on him early, right? Pause. I was not like listening to his music like early. I seen people on Twitter talking about him, and I tried to get into it at first, but I was like, I can't really. I'm not. Then I heard his verse. I know it took some time, but I heard his verse on Future's album, and I was like, oh, this nigga is really hard. Like, okay. So I was anticipating the album coming out, and some of the comparisons that they were making to him was like, yo, he Jeezy in 04, 05, like he going crazy like that. And I just listened to not Trapper Die, but TM101 the other day. That's like you know what I'm saying?
That stays in my rotation.
That's a comparison to make though.
Yeah.
Like that album is top to bottom, like hits. Like everything's good on that album.
Yeah.
I listened to his album. I liked it. So they performed their song together. And just for the... Like, ESCG is a newer artist, right? Like, how often has he been at these type of events performing, right? For him to even say, yo, I'm going to bring out Jeezy. Because he got a song with Jack Harlow. He could have brought out Jack. You know, Jack the new white boy everybody like. Machine Gun Kelly's on the album for some strange reason. I guess he could have brought him out.
Not the BET Awards.
Future was on the album. Like, could have brought him out. You decide to go with the legend. Who you know, I said that's like the like a passing of the torch, so to speak. And their performance was like by far my favorite. Even though Wu-Tang did Wu-Tang Ain't Nothing to Fuck With. Like that's the song they came out to. And then Method Man did his little melody with the METHOD, man. He did the song, and then Raekwon did his verse from Cream, and then which one the ball one? Yeah, it's Inspector Deck. He the bald one. The tall bald one. Yeah, he did his verse. But that was by far my favorite performance, bro. Just to see that, like, I was crazy. They both was fly. The jewelry was real, like, shiny and shit. Yep. Like, it was very dope to see. Then Ryan sends me a DM the next day, which was Friday, and Jeezy's putting out a Gangsta Grills. So I'm definitely finna tune into that shit. Like, no question. But I definitely think this was like one of the more better BET Hip Hop Award, at least from the performances.
Okay.
But there was a little controversy.
Was there?
There was. Let me take a sip before I get into this.
Okay. Yeah, you're going to have to tell me because I don't know shit about this. I didn't even watch the ciphers. That's how tapped I am.
Yeah. Oh, our boy Sauce Walker represented.
Of course.
I have to play his freestyle because it was really good.
Yeah, that's his bag though. Like cipher shit is like his bag.
He really went in.
Oh yeah.
So the drama, it was, I don't know the category. It was basically like hip hop song. It was like song of the year or whatever.
Okay.
Mind you, it's hip hop awards. So everybody and their mama agrees that Lotto's Big Energy was a big song. Like, it was playing everywhere.
Oh, is it? And
Kodak.
Oh, okay. It was a Kodak.
Super
okay.
Gremlin, though, was something else. Like,
okay.
That was.
I did see this, actually. Okay.
Yeah, so I think this is the issue with Kodak. And I love Kodak. We love Kodak. Kodak, like, could be one of my cousins. Like, I fuck with him. I think he usually means well, but he just don't know how to clean it up. Like, he called her a mutt. Now, that might sound kind of derogatory to, like, most people. But if you're from the South, all that means is this is a mixed person. Like, that's what that means. Like, if you like, they would consider. No, I'm not trying to ditch. I'm just saying.
No one's calling rated a mutt.
I'm just saying. If they would, though. It's like deep in the South where the shit, like, where they that's what they, because that's what they call it. But I think that might have fucked up the overall message because he started off the tweet by saying, yo, I fuck with women empowerment. Like, I'm not trying to say she don't deserve nothing, but like, let's be real, BET fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I agree. Big Energy is definitely one of those songs like I don't ever want to hear again because they play it so much. Super Gremlin's on that list too, but I'll be more pressed to listen to Super Gremlin over Big Energy. It's just me. So I think Kodak should have won. I do think his delivery of the message was fucked off, but I do think he meant well. And I also think because when he first came out and talked about it that night, he did a live or whatever, and he didn't really say anything wrong. Like, no derogatory terms, no nothing. So I think niggas got in his ear, or he reading tweets or Instagram comments, and that kind of hyped him up to, like, go in again. And then Lotto responded and all that shit because he called her, like, gelato, or he called her some type of coffee, a frappuccino. He said something. So she made, like, you know, she posted a picture. It was a great picture. Great picture. Lotto, come sit on the couch. We can talk about growing up hip-hop and all that other shit. We got to talk about, it ain't your booty, it's your beauty.
Okay.
But, yeah, I think overall, though, the Hip Hop Awards, they did a great job. Fat Joe, obviously one of our favorite personalities. When he started talking this shit, storytelling and all that, he's a funny guy. So, yeah.
I used to sleep in the car with jewelry on just to wish a motherfucker would try to test me.
But let me play this Sauce Walker.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, man. And don't get me wrong. What year was that? What year? The year we moved out the apartment. A little bit before that, I'd say. No, it was probably about Delenzia, who's been on the podcast. We'll probably get him back on soon because he's doing a lot. He used to talk about Sauce Walker all the time. And I was like, nah, bro, I'm not on that. Like, that's not art. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not what I'm on. Like, I'm listening to Pusha T rap about cocaine elegantly, nigga. I'm not trying to hear this.
Yeah, this is art.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But surely enough, like, and as I wised up, realized what he was doing and saying, like, Sauce Walker was just on $1 million worth of game after the shooting incident. You heard about that in Cali or whatever. He was just on $1 million worth of game, and he was breaking down like how each of his artists, he could pull up how much each of his artists are getting paid off streamers, like per stream and all that shit. Like, he's very business minded. He's a smart guy. You know what I'm saying? And again, one of those other people like Freddie Gibbs, which we'll talk about, like Kevin Gates. Music might not be for me, but their personas are something that I'm attracted to, you know? But these last two freestyle, like this freestyle and the other one he did a couple months ago,
that shit,
like that shit,
hard.
And who it was over Jake One Beat or
yes, it was
something like that, right?
Hip hop,
yeah, it was over. I don't want to say it was Alchemist. I think it was like a Jake One Beat or something.
No, it wasn't Alchemist.
No, it definitely wasn't Alchemist. But this Sauce Walker freestyle, like, he really was talking some, like, shit. Hold on, I'm finna play it. Give me a second, y'all. Here you go.
Why you put me on pushing P? I want pushing P on off a boat into the sea. He pushing paper in her purse and she passing it out to me. Put it in my pocket, baby. The definition of P. You a player perpetrator, you paying up for them cheeks. Baby mama got your kids and you ain't paid them in weeks. Ain't sit money for sneaks. Lil' Junior need him some cleats. He wanna be a running back, but his daddy running the freaks. That shit weak. Who else gonna pop this power in this pimpin' for these streets? Food for the brain, knowledge that your soul can eat. Real player, Louis Boots, alligator, your slime snitch that told the whole story. He a narrator. What you think a snake gon' do? Around interrogators, you are what you eat, so who bite rats for better flavor? Switch your appetite. Mama loves her baby and her face, she tryna fight. You done shot her son up in the club to get some stripes. By name don't help up, but he too busy riding bikes. I be rapping real life, no fiction. Who else gonna drop these bars to stop these kids from pushing prison? South State Independent, pushing Maybachs and Bentleys. Ain't nobody pushing me. I'm the rapper with the braids they scared of. Push the T, Master P.
Body.
Yeah.
Body. He was talking about some real shit. He was talking about some swag shit. He was talking about some rap shit. He was talking about some street shit.
And he was dressed like a Texas motherfucker.
Cowboy hat and all, bro. Like, that was a minute.
Yeah.
That was a verse today. You know what I'm saying? Like, or a verse always, I guess. But man, he's good at that.
No, he can rap, bro.
He's good at that.
Oh yeah.
And that Push and P beat, like, I really love that beat. I listen to that song like every day, and I really only listen to it for like the first 2 seconds of Future and Gunna rapping like back to back.
Yeah.
The rest is all beat. Like, I don't care what they say. The beat's crazy. But back to me. Well, we're still on music. Freddie Gibbs, Soul Sold Separately just dropped. You listen to it?
Of course.
How'd you feel about it?
I mean, I like Freddie Gibbs, man. Like,
Yeah.
so now, a lot of people making it sound like it's his best album. I don't agree with that assessment.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I gotta let it marinate for a little bit.
Right.
But, I mean, it's definitely super solid. You could tell his budget keeps going up.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, Miles does the first track with Kelly Price. I mean,
Yeah.
what else
That's
could I
hard.
ask for?
That's hard.
A lot of good producers on there. A lot of
Yeah.
good features on there.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, this is definitely like his I'm global, motherfucker. Basically, is what he's basically saying. Yeah, I gotta let it marinate for a little bit more because I listen to the fuck out of Alfredo and so.
I like the record with him and Pusha T.
Oh yeah, of course.
And I like the record with Anderson .Paak.
Well, Anderson always is.
Yeah,
cold, bro.
and I want to say I like the record with DJ Paul.
Yes, that one is hard.
Yeah, it's a given. I like the record Miles produced. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
That nigga could have been making
Cowbell.
yeah, whatever. Like,
Nah, and it's the first track, bro.
It's the first
That's amazing.
track.
That means it's gonna get hella spins. 'Cause
Yeah.
you got to turn it on. Like, so yeah.
Shout
I
out to
love
our
it.
boy Miles,
I fucking
man.
love it. He might get a Grammy.
Yeah,
He might get one.
He might.
So,
He might. If he get a Grammy,
but even if it's nominated, that means he can say I'm a Grammy nominated producer.
yeah. Hell yeah.
So that changes, because even in movies they're like Academy Award nominated.
Yeah.
Never goes away. They
Right.
keep putting that shit on
Right.
there. So
Right.
even if nominations on there.
What's really hard is maybe it's just in breaking to our Twitter feed or whatever. But, Miles co-produced that with another producer.
Yeah,
But,
swoop.
yeah, which, again, now that I heard the record, I don't know who did what now.
Right.
Now that I heard it, because I was hearing it a different way, obviously. But Miles, you would never know that somebody else co-produced just off the way, like, Miles been talking about it and
Yeah.
the feedback. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's gravitating towards Miles being, like, the more, his name's higher on the marquee, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Which is dope. Because I know it's all Miles wants to do. So it's like,
That's all he does do.
once his foot in there, but like once he's able to take that second step in there, it's over. Because then you can run. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think whether he wins or nominated, that's his other foot getting in the door, and he's finna take off. Like, I think he's gonna get more like slower. Not that we want him to get no's, but he's gonna get slower no's instead of fast, or he's gonna get slow yeses instead of fast no's,
Or just nothing at all.
yeah. Like, that's a feat,
Which
man.
is definitely more common. They just ghost your ass.
Yeah. But respect gonna have to be put on my boy name one way or another. Well, even if we gotta start acting like it's the 90s again, just beat some of these niggas up. I'm with that too.
Yeah, this is-
like, cause me and Justin talked the other day. We were talking about like me making music again or whatever, but
Yeah.
really, me and Justin's purpose is like we are we're like Brandon's defense team or whatever.
Yeah.
So like, and Brandon called me the other day on some that shit. He got me. It was Saturday. He FaceTimed me on some. He's like, yeah, man. I just want to call to say that I keep on inspiring you in so many different ways. And I was like, what the
Yeah,
fuck? He was
yeah.
like, I see your little leg tattoo. You know, just want to let you know I had that first. And I was like, I'm honestly, if he did, I didn't remember. But I was like, okay, yeah, I'll give you that. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? The ink's been dry longer.
Look,
But
another person.
yeah,
And-
who's
See, and what I like about Brandon shit.
yeah.
Sorry, Bando.
Yeah.
I it's hard for me to
Period.
like. I don't call it Miles, Super Miles. I
Yeah.
call it, but it's luckily it's his name. But
Yeah.
the thing about Brandon is, like, he'll tell me stuff, and then he'll slowly like reveal it online, and it's cool to like when he does that. And his close friends on Instagram is always great because he like will post like when he's in like a meeting, or like he'll post like the other day he posted like a picture of the meeting room he was in and where it was at, and I was like, oh shit,
Yeah.
here we go.
Yeah.
But it was on his close friends.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it's cool to see that stuff happening because like I hear it beforehand, and then like same thing with Miles.
Is he still? I ain't saying he's salty is not the right word, but he's still upset about that chick that like tried to like talk bad about him.
Nah, he's over that.
No, he just tweeted about it the other day.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, like.
Oh.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, it was on Twitter. Okay,
yeah, that's why I was. Yeah, but
Yeah, I took like a social media break this week.
yeah, which is probably needed. But this was one of the weeks I would say you should have been on that muff.
Nah, I was just trying to be rated a bunch
Yeah.
this week, so I was
I
just
feel you. But Freddie Gibbs' album, like if you could tell somebody who hasn't listened to the album why they should listen to the album, what would you tell them?
What would I tell him?
Yeah,
Here, this
trustworthy
is
face.
Freddie Gibbs' new album. A really good friend of mine produced track 1.
Yeah.
You should check it out.
Yeah,
Also, yeah, I mean, there's so many people on there that people want to listen to, though.
Yeah.
Like, here, you can just throw any of them out. Like Rick Ross is on the album.
Yeah.
Like, he brought Music Child out of
Yeah.
retirement. So,
Yeah.
like, I mean,
yeah,
but I would mainly just be like, track number 1,
yeah.
produced by my homie.
I could do it. Yeah. I mean, I would say a little bit more too, though. I know.
What? Well, I mean, what else is there to say?
If you like this type of rap or this type of beat selection, if you like this type of content, stuff like that. I would look, because if you told me, and it's just like a nigga out the street type shit. If nigga out the street told me my friend produced number 1, all right, I'm listening to number 1.
But the thing is, I guarantee people
Number
would know.
1's gonna draw you in.
Well, but also, I guarantee people know who Freddie Gibbs is. They would be
Yeah.
like, I never listened to him, though.
Yeah.
But I know who that is.
Yeah.
Like, at the very least.
I
Because it's not like I'm handing out a mixtape.
right. That's-
So-
yeah, it's on the phone already.
Because I ain't gotta oversell it.
Yeah.
Because these motherfuckers be overselling it.
I tried to get into the album when it came out. Of course, track number 1. What's the song called?
Couldn't be done.
Couldn't Be Done.
Featuring Kelly Price.
Featured Kelly Price. Obviously went there for that. So after
Yeah.
that, I was kind of like,
You reached your quota, right?
yeah,
You think
like,
that was what
and then you know, I mean, I did listen through it, and there's a couple records on there that
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, well, you know, I don't know. I don't know if I'm getting to the age of, which I don't think that I am, because how can I say this? Larry June is probably the last newer artist to me that I listened to his whole project. And I was like, I determined from listening to the whole project I like Larry June. So you probably could put on any Larry June song that I don't know, and I'm probably gonna be like, yeah, this shit ride, because like I know what I'm getting from him.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Freddie, I would say, I don't know him, like in the sense of this is what I'm getting from you. So why should I go to you? And I don't know what you're offering. Like Pusha T, for instance, I know two things are going to happen, always.
You gonna rap?
And the beats are going to be fire. And I know what he's rapping about.
Yeah, well, yeah, obviously.
Like, that's the main thing. Like, I know he's he raps well.
Well, Freddie Gibbs raps his ass off, Chris.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. I said this before,
Have you listened to Pinata 1 and 2?
No.
Okay.
But when he freestyled with his son in his lap to the Dom Kennedy, "This My Type of Party," I was like, okay, yeah, this is cool. Like, I really liked it, but it's still like something that just like rocked my socks off. Like when J. Cole went up there and freestyled.
Okay. That is different.
The freestyle?
Yeah. Like, I get why you would be like, no, because the J. Cole one was fucking crazy.
Yeah, I'm not trying to compare them because obviously J. Cole went
and it was still tipping.
He did some different shit,
but it was still tipping.
But what I'm saying, yeah, it was still tipping too. And like for him to approach that beat, and we know Still Tipping for what Still Tipping is,
and then we know J. Cole.
Yeah, so he approached that shit on some nut shit. But I don't know what I was gearing up to say was I don't know if I became that guy who needs to know the story in order to buy into the music. Because, like, I hate, this is just me, and I might get bashed by the sneaker culture or fashion people. I don't need to know the story behind a shoe to buy the shoe. Like, people want stories to come with. Can I match this with my clothing? Can I put clothes together with this?
But you want the story with the musician.
Yeah, I do. Like, again, the other day or yesterday, I tweeted, we didn't appreciate Ray Shrimmer while they were here. Mm-hmm. People agreed. Some people were like, nah, I fucked with them niggas all the way. Some people was like, they were white people music, whatever. Like, it kind of went off a little bit. People were, it was a good topic to hit at that time, I guess. Listening to Ray Shrimmer, the story here is these are two brothers from Mississippi and they make party turn up music. At a high level, though. And then you get into it. Sway Lee is a fucking phoenix or some shit. Like, I forgot. Listening to them yesterday reminded me that the conversation once upon a time took place that Travis bit Sway Lee style. We don't even talk about that anymore, but this is very evident from Shrimp Life 1. Before Travis put out all this other shit. So it's like,
look, Travis stole a lot of shit.
Yeah, Travis stole a lot of shit.
He literally is a thief. It's been documented well before he was mega famous.
Yeah, so, and then, again, these records that they were making, my whole argument is we don't even get records like this no more. Like, even if it's a party song or whatever, like, if something you're not supposed to take as serious is like, I don't know, 52 bars or whatever from T.I., 56 bars. It was a concept to a record. Okay, I ain't got no type. Okay, bet. The hook, catchy. The beat, hard. The verses, hard. Everything went together. It was a 3-minute song because you got two different niggas, two different personalities rapping about the same shit, and everything and Mike Will on the beat, everything just flowed together. So, like, I knew the story there. And I appreciate that as I age. Like, even though I don't go to parties and, like, wild out and shit anymore, the same way I was doing then, I'm like, I still appreciate this music because the music, the taste level that was incorporated here is still evident to this day. Like, we could put on Black Beatles today, and it'll still have the same. Niggas might not do the mannequin challenge, but it's still going to have the same effect when you hear it.
Look, these kids at the time definitely had grown men wearing ski goggles, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ski goggles with outfits, bro.
Yeah.
like I told you in the car, I was like, they were supremely early.
Yeah.
The whole Ear Drummers era was supremely early.
Yeah, Mike Will's a genius, man.
He tapped into the pulse before it became the norm.
Really,
So-
what's interesting about that whole Atlanta scene
Yeah.
was happening the same time the new Dallas scene was happening, but it's Atlanta, so there's way more attention on it.
Yeah, definitely.
But Quentin Miller did a podcast
Yeah.
a couple of weeks ago, and he was talking about that time. Like everybody that's like kind of up right now, we're all going to these functions that all did music and shit. So I'm thinking to myself, like, damn, we was doing the same thing in Dallas, but you know, whatever. And you gotta think, bro. Like, how these two did out of all these niggas? I'm happy that it happened, but that just mean it was meant to happen. Like because at Atlanta at that time, that melting pot, and I think they was still in Mississippi when they like popped off.
Yeah.
Because the first No Flex Zone video, they shot that in Jackson.
Yeah.
I'm in Mississippi, not Jackson.
In the Mississippi, yeah.
And then they had to reshoot it and all that shit once they got on. But man, that shit crazy. Ray Shrimmer, whatever, because they coming back with another album, and I think it's dope that they took some time away after dropping their Shrimp Life 3, their Love Below, if you will, speaker box. Just to gauge the pulse, because I feel like Sway Lee can do no wrong as far as the melodics go. Like the By Chance song on Shrimp Life 2, I really like that song. Like how he did that hook, the beat, Slim Jimmy, what he was doing on there as far as like he's just like strictly like energy, like aggression almost. Sway Lee more like a delicate flower or some shit, but it works really, really well. So I'm happy they took time off, because after having the biggest record of the year with Black Beatles, you know, coming back with that double album and not having as big of record,
Yeah.
you know, I can understand that, taking time off, refocusing. Sway Lee then went on and did Unforgettable, which was a huge song. The Sunflower song, which was a fucking smash. I only like his part too. Like, Post Malone's on that record too. I mean, come on, Sway Lee bodied that shit. To be honest, Into the Spider-Verse made me a fan of that song.
Yeah.
Just because that shit was hard. I was like, yeah, that shit crazy. How music could do that. Speaking of Into the Spider-Verse,
Yeah.
the same people who made that movie helped Kid Cudi make his movie,
yeah.
Intergalactic. Did you see it?
No, I haven't watched it.
Let me tell you something. I watched that shit the other night. I believe in love again.
Okay. It had an album accompanied with it. Too,
Yeah, it did.
so-
And the music was featured on the movie,
Yeah,
of
of
course. Ty Dolla $ign is in the show, the movie rather, and on the album. I heard him twice on the album. The first song was cool. That second joint, shit out of here. Out of here, man. That shit's really good. The movie's dope though. Like the way they did it. Obviously, it's not the exact same style as Spider-Verse,
Yeah.
because you know it's new they get to play with animation how they want to. But it was really dope movie, really dope. Your basic a boy breaks up with girl, old ex-girl, start a new life, meets new girl, ex-girlfriend comes back in the picture. Your homeboy's telling you to do one thing. Her homegirl is Vanessa Hudgens. She in there talking real nasty. So if you like Vanessa Hudgens, check that shit out. Because she in there, I'm telling you right now, made me want to go back and watch Wildcats. What's that shit called? What's the movie they was in? Her and Zac Efron.
Talking about High School Musical? The one where everybody fell in love with her?
Yeah. But it was a dope movie. Very dope. Virgil, rest in peace of Virgil, came in like Kid Cudi was on Hot Ones. I just watched it today.
Yeah,
It just
I did
dropped
watch
today.
that, yeah.
He was talking about the dressing and everything, and Virgil like came and, you know, put the wardrobes together for this animation, which is really dope. Top Dollar Signs, the little nigga from Paris, Timothy Charlemagne. Charlemagne. It was a dope film. Y'all should definitely check it out. It's on Netflix. Intergalactic.
Yeah.
Very dope. Very dope. Very dope.
I was okay.
I saw you looking. I know you was waiting for me to.
Because you said you wrote stuff down. I'm
I
waiting
did.
for you to go through your stuff.
Look alive. Oh, wait, do I want to go? Oh, yeah, let me tell the story. So back to this hip hop awards thing, right? So
Okay.
MLP came out.
Okay.
They did Annie Up.
Yeah.
You got to.
Yeah.
They both look great, by the way. Lost some weight. They both in shape. They both looking good. Glad to see that in hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Our legends are aging gracefully. And that reminded me of this time me and Jonathan were coming back from a mission. So he hyped. We on the service road, 360. My nigga had to be doing 1,000 miles listening to Eddie Up. I was like, bro, he had his little gloves on with the no fingers.
Oh, he had driving gloves?
Bro, I was like, John, calm the fuck down, nigga. Kill. I was like, bro, we are literally 3 minutes away from the house,
Relax.
bro. I was like, he was driving so fast, my cheeks was flying back, nigga. Like, cartoon, I was like, bro, we are right here. We got to make it home, nigga. But, yeah, that shit randomly hit me watching that performance. He was like, and I'm talking about, that shit was banging in the car, bro. That shit was loud. And we were driving fast. I was like,
records back there were mega loud, too.
We out of here. We are out of here. So, you said you ain't been on Twitter, but did you see that Jordan Poole and Draymond Green got into
I saw it on ESPN, yeah.
You know what's crazy? I felt like I just told Jordan Poole, I said, yo, I'll sit my girl in the front, nigga, for you to ball out like you balled out last year. I don't exactly know what happened. Some people saying Jordan Poole's ego got the best of him. He feel like he hot shit now. Draymond ain't going for it. Some people feel like Draymond getting X'd out of the picture. You got 3 light-skinned niggas now. We don't really need you no more. You know what I'm saying? You got, I don't know.
People fight at practice, bro.
They do, but the culture of Golden State seemed like it was so buddy. We're all best friends. We all talk it out. Draymond would be the one.
Yeah, he actually hit him, though.
Yeah, Jordan Poole said he wasn't hurt. So I don't know if that's more of a indictment on Draymond or was that just to say it wasn't that type of scuffle? It's interesting, though. A lot's happening. Well, the 2 teams that are in the finals are going through some turmoil, so it seems.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Have you seen any of these preseason games?
No.
Okay, I was just making sure I'm not crazy.
I don't watch NBA preseason.
For not watching preseason games.
I'll read about, like they'll be like, oh, Zion played and he looked good or whatever. I'll read stuff like that, but I'm not going to watch a preseason basketball game because, like for instance, the Mavericks, they had, like, none of the starters playing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to watch this. This ain't for me. It's for them to warm up and then them look at that roster.
Right.
That's all it's for. Like, no. And I'll be at an NBA game in a month anyway. So
that's true. Way to flex on them.
In Atlanta, yeah.
Who do they play?
The Hawks. They play Orlando. It's our first home game.
Okay. Word. Did you see that, like, sideline celebrations can cause you to get a T now?
Yes, yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Well, the real thing they're trying to combat is all them people getting on the floor. Because what happens is they all get hype and they all end up on the floor.
Yeah.
That's generally what they'd be pissing them off. Is because, like, they try to keep the game going, but then you have 20 dudes standing.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that. I didn't know why they did that, but that does make sense.
So, like, if they're not saying, like, if you all celebrate, it's basically if you're, like, if I'm, like, right here and I'm standing up, I'm like,
You on the court.
Looking at the person who did it and shit. That's what would be happening and shit. Yeah, I mean, if we're talking about like the leagues, like NFL is way more egregious than that shit. Than
Hey, it's still free Brittany Griner. People seem to let that go. They ain't talk about it, not tweeting about it no more. But bring that girl home, man. Switch gears right quick. Because I have to, because we're in Dallas. I'm just curious, you being a football guy. How do you feel about Cooper Rush, and does Dak still have his starting position when he comes back?
Oh, let's just be clear. I'm not a Dallas Cowboy fan.
We know that.
But I am a football fan. How do I feel about if there's a quarterback?
I said that, right? I said you're a football fan.
Yeah.
I said I got to talk about it.
Okay. Yeah. You're asking me if there's going to be a quarterback controversy?
Yes.
Not yet.
So their next two games is...
Okay, they play the Rams on Sunday. Okay.
That's the test.
Right. So, but in L.A. too.
That's a big test.
And it's on prime time. No, it's on afternoon. I'm sorry. It's one of the afternoon games, which there's only like 3 of those. So it's... But anyway, I have been seeing this situation before.
Yeah.
With Tony Romo.
Yeah.
Both with Tony Romo, actually. When Drew Bledsoe was the quarterback in his twilight years, people like Tony Romo sat in for, like, played a couple times and he balled out, and they were like, play Romo. And eventually he got his shot.
Yeah.
And then also in Tony Romo's twilight, people were like, Dak, put Dak in, because Tony Romo was always hurt.
Yeah.
Like, that boy's getting beat up back there.
Yeah.
And then that's what happened with that. So right now I would say no, just because the opponents that they've beaten, yes, he's 4-0 as a starter, which is great. As a backup, you couldn't ask for nothing better.
Yeah.
But what a backup gets that benefits anything, especially on a well-constructed team. Like Dallas is a well-constructed team. Let's just be real. But when you pop in, and plus you already know the system, you're not a first year. He's been there. Teams have less film on you than other stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so as a player, like, I can watch the film from my previous game. Okay, I fucked up there. I'm not going to do that again. So that you clean up the mistakes, and you don't have as much body of work to look at. Like Dak, I can look at years of footage.
Yeah.
And I know if I've played in the league long enough, I know what agitates him.
Yeah.
I don't know what agitates Cooper Rush. He's only won 4 games in the NFL as a backup. So like I don't have much to go off of. Now, like I said, he hasn't really beaten but also a backup, your main job is to be a game manager. You're supposed to make the game easy. Don't overdo yourself, like what your skill set is. Like, that's what makes a perfect backup. That's why Jacoby Brissett is like a career backup quarterback. He's the backup for the Browns. He I don't even know if he's had a turnover yet, but like he they've lost games, but it's not because of him.
Right.
That's what Cooper Rush does. He manages the game. They run the ball well already. So that's already part of his plate lift off, and then he gets the throws where they need to go. And just remember, quarterbacks have nothing to do with defense performance.
Right. Don't
forget Micah Parsons is on the Cowboys. Like, that boy is balling this year. So don't forget that he exists.
Right.
But I mean, they beaten the Giants, the Commanders, and then they beat the Bengals when the Bengals were playing shitty.
Yeah.
But they almost lost to the Bengals. But so this week will be the real test. Like, so if Cooper Rush comes out and balls out against a really good defense, because that defense is really good against LA in LA,
yeah,
I guarantee you that because regardless if he wins or not, Dak will start the week he comes back. If they lose that game that he comes back in,
he out of there.
You are going to hear some shit. Because Dallas fans are fickle.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
They just want to win.
Right.
They don't care.
And they think he's the answer. Okay.
Dak or Cooper.
Cooper Rush.
Right now, yeah.
But like I'm saying, this will be the test. They're playing the Rams.
Yeah.
Okay. This is going to be the best team they played this far. Because they lost to Tampa Bay with Dak, right? But Dak got hurt in that game.
Yeah.
But Tampa Bay isn't playing that great.
They got the Rams, the Eagles,
Yes.
the Lions, the Bears, Packers, the Vikings.
So they have some easy games.
Yeah.
But so they have 2 tests back to back. Okay, you have the Rams and the Eagles. Okay.
Yeah.
Eagles is the best team in the NFC right now. Also the last undefeated team left. And it's a division game. So, and I believe it's in Philadelphia, if I'm not mistaken.
Lions and Cowboys and Eagles, yep.
So, and it's a primetime game. It's Sunday night, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. What time is the game?
Sunday, October 16th, 7:20 p.m.
So it's a Sunday night primetime game.
That's the Eagles, yeah.
Yeah. So potentially that's when Dak is coming back. So he has to come back on a primetime game against the Eagles. Hard-ass opponent.
Yeah. I'd make the call to keep your boy in, though.
It's not going to happen.
The Rams play at 3:25 p.m.
Yeah, all West Coast games are generally at 3 o'clock because they're 2 hours behind.
Right.
So, either way, there will be if they would. So if they lose to the Rams, it's going to cool off quite a bit.
Yeah.
Because then you're going to be like, okay,
we're not that good.
we're not there yet.
Yeah.
Like so, and I don't know why people sleeping on Dak though. Dak's good. He is overpaid though.
Injury prone.
That freak accident wasn't his fault, but this one was like a little minor. His thumb.
Yeah.
You can't throw it at it though.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'll be interesting to watch, because this is the type of shit that makes that team implode every time.
Yeah.
There's always some shit
Yeah.
that makes them implode, and the fan base has to cool out.
That's not going to happen.
Because you're 3-1, right?
Yeah.
The NFC is terrible. Almost everybody in the league is 2-2 right now. So, like, they're only 1 game back behind the Eagles, even if they aren't defeated. So, it'll be interesting to see. But if they are even competitive against the Rams, it'll be interesting to see what happens. Because Dak will start when he comes back. There's no question. That is going to happen. So, even if he's not back for the Eagles game, if I was him, I'd be like, I'm hurt to the Lions game.
Right.
I would be hurt to the Lions game.
Right.
Because then you could have Cooper Rush, and if they lose 2 in a row, you'd be like, Dak, please come back.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, but I know he's a team guy, so he wants them to win, whatever puts them in position. But yeah, the NFL right now is very interesting. But that situation's happened numerous times. Fucking Tom Brady's a great example. Aaron Rodgers was behind Brett Favre. All those things have happened to a bunch of people.
Speaking of Tom Brady.
Yeah. Divorce.
It's in the news.
Mm-hmm. Giselle, they got lawyered up.
I can agree. I can understand where she's coming from.
Look.
My question to you, though, as a man, as a married man, when do you say when, though? Because this has been your wife, your life.
Yeah. Okay.
She gave up her career.
So here,
at the height of her career.
Here's the thing. Okay. Because everybody's talking about her giving an ultimatum or whatever, right? Like if you I will divorce you, whatever. I don't like ultimatums.
They're horrible.
Yeah, because this or that, it generally never works unless it's something like
hot dogs or burgers.
Like, yeah, or like you're gonna choose so an ultimatum is always like a weird choice,
right?
Where I don't understand Tom Brady at all is this man has proven everything.
Yeah.
He has 7 championships by himself.
Yeah.
By himself. He has 6 with one team and then 1 with a entirely different team the first year he went there.
Yeah.
You are goated. You are the best quarterback of all time. There is no debating that. There is nothing left for you to prove.
Nothing. Go be a family man.
You're also 40. This man retired for 45 days.
He got that itch.
Fuck all that. To me, as a married person, to me, what this would show me as a significant other, if you retire for 45 days, that means 45 days they were probably doing a bunch of family outings they don't ever get to do because he's always busy. Even when he's on off season, he working. That boy has sponsorships out the ass. Yeah. He got commercials. He got showings. He probably bouncing around. He's playing golf and shit. Like, so he probably don't see his kids and wife that much as you would expect.
Yeah.
So that 45 days probably was like
hell to him.
Really, really family time. That's why I said this man don't like his family. Because he spent 45 days retired and he was like, I don't like this.
I can't do this shit.
Now, where I do give him a little leeway, the last 20 plus years of his life has been this.
Yeah.
But she's been there for almost all of it.
Yeah.
Your kids definitely have.
Yeah.
They were born into this shit.
Yeah.
There's nothing left for you to prove. So that right there is the ultimate fuck you to your wife.
So it's selfish of him to do this?
I would say so. Like, I get it. You're married to the game.
Yeah.
Like, you're a pure athlete. But it's not like he went out on a low point.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if the season he retired on was like they won 2 games, then it would make a little more sense. Like, I ain't going out like that. I ain't no bitch. He played in the playoffs.
And he's not playing well right now either.
That team's not playing well.
Yeah.
But everybody hurt or suspended. The only people balling on a team is their defense.
Yeah.
But but I'm saying is there is nothing to prove to anybody. Even to yourself. What are you proving to yourself, bro?
Yeah.
You've done it all. Do you just want 8? Is that what it is? Because you're not going to win 8 this year.
Yeah.
It's not happening.
Yeah.
So I just don't know. That's where I'm like, that's why it's like the ultimate fuck you. Like, but the ultimate thing is like, boom. But I mean, as a significant other, that would show me all I need to know. It's like, okay, I see where your priorities are. It's not us.
Yeah.
Because if you're retired for this amount of time and then it was enough to make you go back, that means you don't really want to be here. To me.
Yeah.
That means you don't want any part of this.
Yeah.
I'm also richer than you. I don't need you.
Yeah.
Because she is richer than him.
150 million. More than what he has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, she's fine.
Yeah. Both aspects.
That's why I said she about to get paid, because she going to be like, okay.
Yeah, that's why I told you, man. It's cheaper to keep her, man. But at this point, you're right. What, when you're broken down, your body gives out on you, you ain't got football no more. All you got is your family, man. I wouldn't give that shit up for nothing in the world, man. So even homeboy on the Buccaneers just said, like, he retired, right?
Yeah, he was with them for 2 weeks and he retired.
Yeah, he was like, nah. But look, it helps when the environment that you're working in is stressful. Like, I don't need this shit. Like, I'm good. My finances are in order. I retired. Go home with my wife, my kids.
Yeah, because it ain't the money.
Yeah, it's never the money, really. Like, man, I don't know. And then, you're missing out. I'm not trying to, like, sit here and judge the man, but, excuse me. I'm not sitting here trying to judge the man, but, who knows what your kids, what they want to do, who they want to be. You might got a quarterback over there that needs your attention, your focus, your eye. Like, it's selfish, and but the team is struggling right now. He is also struggling right now, outside of the team struggling. Everything going on at home, the team struggling, you're struggling. Hey, man, that'll be enough for me to be like, one of these things, I guess he chose the
And I'm about to watch him play in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So that's the game they're playing against. But Because I was like, okay, I'll see Tom Brady one last time.
Yeah.
Because I've seen him play against the Dallas.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I just – it was just weird when that happened. I was like everybody asked why. Like, why?
Yeah. How many years has he been?
I think this is his 23rd season.
Jesus Christ.
That's crazy for football. That's even basketball players don't play that long, barely. Dirk lasted 21 seasons.
Like, I can't imagine Aisha looking at Steph and being like, it's time to hang it up. Not yet. But I also don't think Steph is going to be one of those guys that's finna try to, you know, like, he's not going to be one of those guys. He's not going to be a Iguodala. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No disrespect to Iguodala, but, like, he's back again. You limited minutes. I know you're a veteran player.
He said he's going to play the one last season with them. He just wants to go out with them. So, just like Udonis Haslem with
I get that, but Steph's not going to be one of those guys.
No.
Like, he's not going to be like, oh, you know, like, when he's going to know when it's time. And he could be having a remarkable season, but he just feels it's time. Like, all right, this is the last one. Chip or no chip. I don't know, man. Because then I don't know. The thing about stuff like this is you're setting up for the year to follow. Essentially, like, everything you're doing today is for tomorrow. There's a lesson I'm trying to teach my nephew. And I just wonder what he thinks about next year, next week. Not next week, next year. After this season is over, then what? You know what I'm saying? It's a lifestyle change. It's got to go see my kids. My baby mama tripping. You know what I'm saying? Like, all this shit.
Like, that's what I don't, because do you know what I would give to, like, because he's, like, I get it. Being an athlete is a sacrifice. Like, you are, like, when the season's on, you are pretty much detached from everything else. You are locked in because you have to be. You're a professional athlete, especially football. You play every Sunday. Yeah. You practice all week, so you're locked in. If I had the money that Tom Brady had, and I was retired, like, you could not pay me to come back because like, now I have done my time. Now I can spend time with my family with no strings attached. I could do what I want, where I want, when I want, because I have the money to do so. They're not going to need anything ever. That's all I would ever need in my life. Yeah. That's why it's like there's a point where the game just fades out, especially when you achieve so much. Yeah. Because it's not like, I got to win a Super Bowl. You've done that 7 times. That's more than any team in the league. The highest number a team has is 6, which is the Patriots and Steelers. He has more than teams. Yeah. And that was their whole tenure. Those teams have been around for a long time. Yeah. Long time. He's been around for 20 years, and he did that.
It's crazy, man. I
don't understand it. Because I'm telling you, if I won the lottery, the motherfuckers ain't gonna hear from me. Yeah. I'm gonna be living it up. Doing what I want.
Yeah. That shit's it's hard to watch, man. Especially because.
So no, I'm not on Tom Brady's side.
Yeah, shit. I figured you wouldn't be. I'm not either. I mean, I don't think I would love anything more than something I personally created. Like my family or my children or some shit like that.
Because, like, playing for them is cool. Like, when you're young, like, I'm trying to make sure. But you already have generational wealth. You've already created it. It's done.
It's over with.
Because he was offered $300 million for broadcasting deal, and he turned that down to return. That's how I know this motherfucker don't want to be home.
Yeah. It ain't about the money.
Because it ain't about the money.
It ain't about the motherfucking money. I'm ready to go home to my girl.
Because no one just returns to raggedy ass Tampa Bay.
Not Tampa. Not Tampa.
Come on, man. But I digress. But then, speaking of football, like the Tua shit's crazy.
Oh yeah. Thank you for bringing that up. I'm not no doctor, no physician, nail tech.
That boy had a concussion that one game in the Buffalo. Yeah.
When they started, I was at work when that happened. So when people were starting to post that shit on Twitter, and I'm seeing it, I'm like, oh, that didn't look like a bad hit, which it wasn't. I thought he was roughhousing them or some shit. It's just the fact that he hit his head.
Yeah, the Buffalo game, basically he was tripping backwards.
Yeah.
And his helmet hit the ground really hard.
Yeah.
And when he got up, that boy fell down.
Yeah, like he was, yeah.
And I was like, me and Ridge watched the game together. And
Yeah.
we were like, that's a concussion.
Then last week he gets hit again.
But that game, he was out for a little bit and came back in.
Yeah.
And played.
So this week, homeboy, he tackled him.
He got sacked and it basically was like a sat flip. So he grabbed him and he like flipped him around.
Yeah.
And then once again, head hit the thing.
His hands.
And they call it a fencing position. Your hands lock.
Yeah.
And they raise.
Yeah.
That means you have a moderate. Basically, they call it moderate brain damage when that happens.
So look, there's a black guy. He's like a CTE
neurologist, right?
Neurologist, like one of the best.
Mm-hmm.
Told that man to retire.
Yeah, he said, "I love you like a brother. Retire."
Because
2 brain injuries in a span of like a week.
He's cleared to play. Did they play this week?
He's not playing this week.
He's not playing, but he's cleared. They cleared him. We could have just witnessed a death on national television.
He was out of commission for 10 minutes without his arms were locked for 10 minutes.
Bro.
So that with concussions, basically they're a buildup. The more you get them, the more susceptible you are to them.
Let me read the definition of a concussion just for our audience.
Your brain rattles, yeah. But it's a buildup effect, right?
Hey Siri, what's the definition of concussion?
You asking Siri?
It caught you saying you asking Siri. Hold on now. A brain injury caused by a blow to the head or violent shaking of the head and body. This occurs from a mild blow to the head, either with or without loss of consciousness. It can lead to temporary cognitive symptoms. Okay. Let me see what because that ain't what I was looking for.
You can have short-term memory loss. You can pass out. Your mobility is impaired.
And I feel like I've been hearing about CTE since I was in junior high. But
that's always been a thing in football.
But people bringing it up in recent years like this is something new. Like, nah, baby. Chronic, traumatic.
That's what CTE is.
Yeah, this is what I'm looking at. Is a progressive brain condition that's thought to be caused by repeated blows to the head and repeated episodes of concussions. It's particularly associated with contact sports such as boxing or American football. Most available studies are based on ex-athletes. Symptoms include memory loss, confusion, impaired judgment, impulse control problems, aggression, depression, anxiety, suicide.
Yeah, this is the problem with a lot of retired players.
And eventually progressive dementia.
Yeah, this is what happens to a lot of retired players, is this type of shit.
So let me tell y'all something, man. Boxing. There was something that scared me so bad as a kid and never made me want to fight. A nigga hit his head on the curb. Lights out.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to be the reason that happens to somebody. I don't want that shit to happen to me.
You saw Ali in his last year.
Yeah, like the shakes and stuff. Contact sports, boxing is one thing. I'd even say, like, I can't really say football because the quarterback should be the least touched person in the game. or the kicker, really. The kicker. But second would be the quarterback, depending on your defense. You can't really get too rough with the quarterback either.
Yeah, now you definitely can't. You can't even put your weight on them. So if you fall on top of them, they flag your ass now.
But I'm just, and I'm listening to the sports guys on these shows talk about, well, is the coach at fault because he allowed him to play after the week prior? Yes, bro.
Yes.
Then they ask, are the teammates at fault for not pressing, not wanting to save their leader or anything, knowing what happened to him? Yes. Is he to blame? Yes. But I'm not just finna point the finger at him for getting back in there. Like, yeah, that was dumb. Because the whole argument about why these players do what they do is to provide for their family. Everything's to provide for their family. Bet. I can support that. I get behind that. Nigga, if Don told me, bro, I skydive out this plane, they gonna give me $200 million. I'm gonna say, nigga, I'll see you when you land. You know what I'm saying? Bring me off a couple thousand. We good. But if they say, yo, they pay me $200 million to jump out this motherfucking airplane without a parachute, I'm supposed to land right there and everything gonna be okay.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna be like, yo, dog, let's really think about this.
I wouldn't even do that.
You know what I'm saying? Let's really think about this shit.
Well, they said it was safe.
Yeah, it said it was safe. I don't give a fuck what the knee pads say that it was safe. I still see niggas with broken legs and all type of shit. So, like,
just remember, boxing gloves are not for your face, they're for your hands.
Come on, talk to him, dog. Preach, nigga. So, all jokes aside, what I'm really getting at here is we hear them say, I got to provide for my family. How the fuck you going to provide for your family if you dead? How the fuck you going to provide for your family if you in a chair with the shakes, can't walk, you shitting on yourself, whatever the case may be? Are we like, just call it what it is. It's not to provide for your family. It's to provide for your lifestyle that you have grown accustomed to. Your family's included in that, but that can't be the main reason. And because you out there going and taking risk every year. And I'm not saying football needs to be banished or anything.
Here's the biggest part of it, though, is that it's the stigma of football in general, like being a football player.
Yeah.
Because if he sat out, they gonna call, because Tua gets undue criticism anyway.
Okay.
They've been shitting on him since he came in the league.
I'm not really familiar with this game. So.
Okay, but he got injured in college, right?
Okay.
He had a very severe hip injury, and I think neck as well. And he was drafted pretty high, but he really didn't play that much. But every time, people just kept shitting on him, bro. I don't know why. So he's actually been playing well. The Dolphins are good. So if he would have sat out, the problem nowadays is people he pussy.
Yeah, we saw it with Ben Simmons.
He
NBA.
He pussy.
Yeah.
Or you got to tough it out. You know, people that in football you got to be tough. But would you rather be smart or tough? Because I'm if I know I have a head injury, because even the reason that doctor got fired is because if they think you have a concussion, you have to go through a protocol to get back in the game. They said they did it, but it happened really fast. That's why the Players Association was like, how the fuck did he come back so fast in that same game?
Yeah.
So that doctor got fired. So, but then he played the next game, and you saw what happened.
Yeah.
They're sitting him out of this game. I know they're doing it for optics, even if he is clear. They're doing it to be like, yeah, we let him rest for a game.
Yeah.
We'll be back next week.
Right.
But like I said, they're progressive injuries. A player for the Panthers, Luke Kuechly, one of the best linebackers of all time, retired after 7 years because he had too many concussions. He literally said, I cannot, if I have 2 or 3 more, I could die. So I'm not going to play anymore.
A white lawyer, did not catch his name, the same night this shit happened, went on Twitter and said, if he dies, I am suing the NFL for malpractice or whatever the fuck terms he used and all that shit. There's people that know how serious this shit is.
Yeah.
that are outside of your organization.
That's what you're supposed to have. You're supposed to have unbiased doctors in there to be like, oh, this is fucking concussion,
Bro.
Because they have their own in-house doctors, and of course they have an agenda. Just like 2 seasons ago, when Tyrod Taylor was about to start for the Chargers, and they had to give him a shot, and the doctor punctured his lung. So then the backup plays, and now he never got another shot. So people are like, he punctured his lung on purpose so Justin Herbert could play. That doctor's since been fired, but like, how many times you get these shots? Why did you puncture his lung of all people?
Yeah,
like that. There's been like you don't know what their
agendas,
what they're doing back there, basically, because they're team doctors.
Yeah,
you need to have licensed, unbiased doctors that'll actually care about people's like
lives,
player safety.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just a top to bottom. Like NFL always has some shit like this,
and I mean it's a gladiator sport. They've been calling it that forever, and
which it can be, but this is a brain disorder. It's not like dudes breaking their fingers and popping them back in place. You can't. The brain is the most fragile thing on your body.
Yeah.
It's literally, if you lose that, you're losing
everything.
Like your nervous system goes through there, your thoughts, your memories. Because Joe Burrow said when he got hit in college and stuff, sometimes he'd forget playing some games that he played because he got hit in the head. That's what I'm talking about. Shit like that. And this man is in his 20s.
Yeah.
So, and he didn't even get fucking rocked. Like, some people get fucking decked.
For sure.
So, and that's because his helmet hit the ground and shit. So there could be endless discussions about this, right? But the thing is, the man didn't need to play. I am happy seeing players rally around him, though.
Yeah. Right is right, wrong is wrong, man. Everybody.
And life is life. Like, your life is your life.
Everybody should be at fault in that organization, including who we're talking about, because that was a stupid decision.
So they had a bunch of interviews and investigation this week. I'm interested to see what happens, what they come up with next week, to see what they fully disclose to us. I don't know if they'll do all of it, but we'll see. But yeah, it's wild shit.
Yeah, the shit is shit's crazy, bro. Prayers to that man and his family, though, because that's some traumatic shit. Like, I don't want to,
Yeah.
I ain't going through that.
Do you have anything else written down?
Let me check.
Or did we get through all yours? Because then if not, I'm going to get to that thing I talked about in the car.
Oh, Shelby?
No.
Oh, I thought it was talking about the... No, yep, that was on my notes.
Okay.
No. This breaking news just happened today.
Okay.
I took a screenshot of this at 3 o'clock. Today, Biden is taking executive action on marijuana reform.
Oh, okay. I did see this.
Announcing a pardon of all prior federal offenses of simple possession of marijuana.
Yeah.
Urging all governors to do the same for state offenses. Asking HHS and AG, which I don't know who they are, to
Attorney General.
Okay, what's HHS?
House. I don't know who that is.
High school. Review how it is scheduled under federal law, which is big. That's big. That's super big. Like, if they're able to get through that.
There's one part about that I do not like. It's he implores the states to do the same, because you know what states are not going to do it.
Oh, yeah.
We're in one.
Oh, yeah, I didn't think about that.
We're fucking in one.
You're right, Dalton. Damn.
That state level shit kills me sometimes, because the problem is, if they hate the president, they're just going to do the opposite of what he wants.
Yeah.
Because we know our governor hates this man. So he going to be like, because, he's still like, we're going to stop Mexicans from coming over here, and marijuana's a drug.
Stand up for yourself.
Oops,
Abbott.
You can't. But
out of all the ways to lose your legs, nigga, diabetes ain't get you.
A tree.
Motherfucking war didn't get you, nigga. A tree fell on you, bro. Like, come on. That's God's way of saying he hates you.
Okay. But
that's nature taking its course.
That's the only thing that bothers me, because once it starts rolling out, you're gonna see what I'm talking about.
I'm sure. No, I didn't think about that.
And it's gonna be the Bible Belt. Let's just be honest.
Of course.
It's gonna be.
Of course.
And it's gonna be sadly predominantly black states.
Oh yeah, you're not getting that.
But I mean, it's a long time coming because like we have fucking weed stores.
Yeah.
And people in there for like a bag of weed, like talking about, and then you get 25 years in prison and shit. Like
more for you get a felony. If you
I don't want them just released. I want them compensated.
Yeah.
Because
talk about it.
If we're talking about people making millions of dollars off that shit,
talk about
this
it.
Man had. They need some bread too. You took their life away from them.
Talk about it.
Pay them some money.
Talk about it.
Y'all, they barely do that when they fix wrongly convictions. Like,
yeah.
There's people that we've 30 years in prison. They finally get their case solved. I didn't murder that person. Yeah, but 30 years is gone.
Yeah.
That's me right now.
Yeah.
I'll be 60 if that happened to me right now.
Yeah. That's some shit.
What am I, dog? I done missed everything.
Yeah.
I'm 60, bro.
I don't know how to work an iPhone, Instagram, none of
Dog,
that
I'm
shit.
talking that shit's crazy.
And niggas become institutionalized and wonder why they get out and they're so aggressive or man.
That has been their life.
Yeah, that shit wild, bro. It's a cycle. It's a system.
Have you seen the Shawshank Redemption?
Is that Morgan Freeman?
Yes.
I don't think so.
Because there is a part in that where this gentleman's like really old and he finally gets out of prison. But when he gets out of prison, he doesn't know how to integrate himself back in society, so he kills himself. Because that's all he knew for so long.
Yeah.
Right?
That shit happens, bro.
It is. And of course, they don't care.
Yeah, hell no.
Because we already know the main point isn't to rehabilitate.
It is to seize financial gain.
And free labor. So, but, yeah, I want them out and compensated. And then this is just going to show you, like, what states really care or not. Because we already, like, it's probably, California's probably the first to do it. They're going to be like, all right, bet.
Yeah.
And then, but I know Texas ain't going to do it. If Greg Abbott does it, I will be highly surprised.
If Greg Abbott does it, I will take back everything. Nigga, you can have my legs.
But yeah, it is a start though. I'm glad he at least brought it up.
You told me to suck your dick.
But yeah, but what I told Chris in the car, we had an interesting discussion back to music.
Yeah.
Because it actually started with the Ray Shermer thing.
Sherm life.
But it was about like when people get like their first album to the second album, like the jump that generally happens because it sells well, and then you get the budget, and they kind of let you have more freedom or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then we're thinking like what the best who the best examples were for that.
Yeah.
The 90s, like I said it to him, 90s were different because when you got signed back then, like it meant you were legit because there isn't no internet. This was all word of mouth, and they see you perform or whatever, and they're like, oh, this kid got it.
Yeah, sign him now.
So, which we've seen with Nas's album, Jay-Z album, like shit like that. Even though Jay-Z's second album is definitely more swaggy. But like, that was an example because like that album had, Sherm Life 1 had hits. So they kind of could do, and what I generally said was their second album is generally what the album they want to make because now they have more freedom, more flexibility to make the album they want without much interference. Because now, it's a lot of studio interference, which you could definitely tell on some albums. But, I mean, Kanye was a prime example from College Dropout.
To late registration.
Because College Dropout was pretty much a lot of demo tapes that he added people to.
Yeah.
And then with some extra songs. But, like, most of those were just demos that he already had that no one took serious. Like Jesus Walks, for instance, was out for a long time.
Yeah.
Through the Wire. That was when he got into his car wreck.
Yeah.
So, but then you hear Late Registration, which is a huge jump in quality. Like, a huge jump. So, like, yeah, so I was trying to think, like, what, comparing these first.
We said from Nelly's Country Grammar to
Nellyville is a great example, like, because Nellyville was pretty much all on the radio. Like,
it's, interesting enough, I say it's harder to see with R&B artists.
Yeah.
Versus, like, hip-hop.
Yeah.
It's interesting why that is. I mean, that happens.
Yeah, R&B is
because
it has such a weird shelf life.
Dangerously in Love was already
Yeah.
great. Then you get to the second album, which was B-Day.
Yeah.
You just turned up. It wasn't like
Yeah, Beyonce is a case study by herself. But if in general, like if you're not Usher, Beyonce, people like
Right.
this,
second
because
album.
R&B shelf life is very short.
There was such a thing called sophomore slump too, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get to. I'm trying to see who had the best and who had like.
Okay, so from Get Rich or Die Trying to The Massacre.
Okay, not a terrible album,
Not a terrible album.
but definitely a jump down.
Yeah, it was a jump down. Sonically, it became a better album, but content-wise, I don't know. It just didn't sound as raw.
Yeah, and then here's the thing with things like that,
Yeah.
with 50 Cent and like, because there's gonna be people that are like that. The impact when they arrive was just so heavy. It's kind of hard to.
I think 50 might be the only person you could say this for. He got so big so fast, he didn't immediately do a second album.
Yeah.
He put out a G-Unit album.
Yeah.
Then he did a Game album.
Mm-hmm.
Then he did his album.
Yeah.
Which, Urban, as this story goes, he gave some records to Game. I know some of the records he was going to keep for himself, he ended up putting on Beg for Mercy. So you have those situations where that happens, but I don't really see that happening with anybody else. Like Big Sean's first album, Finally Famous, liked it. It was a vibe. No, like that was all Vance was listening to that summer type shit. Like it was a great album. The second album, I don't even know the name
Hall
of
of
it.
Fame, I think.
Hall of Fame. Nah, that wasn't it.
Yeah, but Big Sean's a terrible example.
Okay.
All his albums are forgettable.
Okay.
I told you he makes. None of them are like. I've never called any of his stuff terrible. It's just y'all listen to it and be like, all right, I'll listen to it.
His problem is how long the albums are. If he condensed the albums, he'd probably be better off.
Because I like Finally Famous as well.
Yeah, that's a great album.
But if you're like but I'm not sitting here and I'm like, you know what, I'm listening to Big Sean today. I'd
Right.
never say that.
Right.
Which sucks because Big Sean is good.
He's a great rapper.
But that's what I'm talking about in this
Yeah.
scenario. Is
Yeah.
I think if we can go to his counterpart real quick, J. Cole is a great example. His first album
Was not that good.
it wasn't, and a lot of that was peer pressure because he was like, because his warm up was well received. That mixtape, and he's Jay-Z's artist, and like the new wave of Jay-Z artists.
Yeah.
Because Born Sinner blows that one way out the water.
Okay, Wale.
Great example as well. Underfunded, undershipped. We know all the stories about that
Attention
album.
deficit, which the hype around it, I mean, as far as our culture, that
Yeah,
blog era.
it was huge, but it was
Yeah.
like it says, undershipped, undermarketed.
Yeah.
If it was only to people like people
Yeah.
like me who was like, I want this shit.
Yeah, like that era of like the blog era.
But then
people-
Ambition comes out and you get Lotus Flower Bomb. Huge jump.
you get the song with him, I think it's called Ambition.
Yeah.
With Ross and
Yeah,
Meek.
and that
Really
and
like
that's
that record.
because the Ross machine was behind it.
Oh yeah, Ross was on a different.
Then you had the MMG albums where he was on
dollar
there.
bills on top of dollar
Self-made.
bills. Yo, Rick Ross, appreciation. That's all I want to say. Appreciation across the board.
So
Tyler, great one.
that's also a great example.
Because from what Goblin to
So
Wolf.
huge jump. Because that's when he started getting more into his artsy rap bag instead
Yeah.
of being, I want to rape your skull.
Right,
And like
right,
shit like
right,
that,
right.
like shock factor shit, right?
Yeah.
Which I don't knock because that got him into the game. Like
Yeah,
Yonkers is
yeah.
crazy to this
Yonkers
day.
is hard. Yeah. For sure.
Great example. But all that stuff was all his own
yeah.
shit. So,
Frank.
oh man. So that's tough because both those albums are great.
Yeah. For sure.
But he's also one of the people. He's made the music he wanted to make since the beginning.
I'm definitely more of a fan of Channel Orange versus Blonde.
I understand. I get it.
Yeah.
I definitely get
But
it.
Blonde got some joints on there for sure.
Like you can't fault either one.
No.
But I get if people like Channel Orange more.
Yeah.
Channel Orange is, I would say, perfect. If I'm being honest with you.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Like
Oh, we didn't say Pink Matter.
Yeah, we did.
Oh.
Yeah, we did. I definitely brought that one up.
I'm
You trying to find one I didn't miss?
Yeah, I'm gonna catch one.
You trying to find what I missed?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a good one. I said Ludacris in the car.
Yeah.
So from Southern Hospitality to
Word of Mouth.
Word of Mouth.
Wasn't Word of Mouth the first one, then Southern House? No, Southern Hospitality was the first one, yeah.
Because third is Chicken and Beer.
Chicken and Beer, he was out of here.
Like his
He was outta here.
that 3-album run was nuts.
He was out of here. Oh, Drake. A lot of people didn't like.
Yes. Okay.
I like Thank Me Later.
Okay. As far as like trajectory, I agree because like it's still crazy to think about that. Drake at one point was like still like trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
So Thank Me Later was super hyped. Like
Yeah.
people were kind of underwhelmed because it's
That
so
joint
far down.
got records on there though, bro.
I think it aged better
Yeah.
because and then of course everybody Take Care came out afterward.
Yeah. And then after Take Care, he was
But
unstoppable.
Take Care took him to a different level.
His raps, the beats, everything.
Because I don't like that album, but I know the impact it has, right?
Hold on, bro. I just got
You can
it
read the track list out?
for Thank Me Later
Yeah.
because I'm just,
Light Up is hard.
bro, classic. Hold on. Me and Miles,
You could thank me now.
crazy. I remember the first day I heard that.
Yeah.
I was like, what is this? Like, that was one of those beats was like, what is this?
You could thank me now.
Because that was one of the beats songs I never got to, like, on first, second, third listen. These records are my go-to on this album. For me. This
Light
is
Up.
Thank Me Later. Came out 2010. Beautiful year for music. Fireworks. Love it. Karaoke. Love it. The Resistance. Love it. Over. Love it. Show Me a Good Time. Love it. Up All Night. Hate it. Fancy. Love it. Shut It Down. Not My Bag. 9. Unforgettable. Love it. 10. Light Up. Love it. 11. Miss Me. Love it. CeCe's Interlude. Not My Bag. Find Your Love. Fucking love it. Thank Me Now. Love it. So off of
Yeah.
a 14
You
track,
love the album.
I love this. I listen. Like if I'm at work
Yeah.
and I'm like, I don't know what to play.
I'll play that.
This one of the albums I'm gonna throw on.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk over to my phone because
Yeah.
it's on the charger. I'm gonna skip Up All Night. I'm gonna skip Shut It Down. CeCe's Interlude. Is that the? Yeah, not My Bag. But so 3 records off a 14 song album. Forget about it. Forget about it. Go suck your mother.
But just think but Take Care was like a movement. That was not a movement.
Nah,
Take Care was crazy.
that was crazy. Off the Lucy's he was putting out though.
Yeah.
Before.
Like his rollout and everything surrounding that was like just you basically was like, I'm here, bitch.
Oh, Kid Cudi.
Great example as well.
The bag was different
Yeah.
for Man on the Moon 2.
Yeah.
It was different.
Yes.
Though Man on the Moon 1 was fire.
Yeah, of course.
It was like fire. Especially coming off a Kid Named Cudi mixtape.
Yeah.
That second album, Chef's Kiss. Top to bottom.
Yeah, I love that album.
Top to bottom. The cover art.
So experimental.
His aesthetic at that time.
Yeah.
Like when he one of our favorite, me and Chaz both, when he got out that white Ferrari,
Yep.
stumbling drunk, flicking people up, like that's what made me who I am today.
Yeah.
Him and Kanye at that time,
Yeah. That was a crazy time.
crazy, bro.
Good music was like
Bro,
Immaculate.
in my mind at that
Yeah.
time, I'm thinking good music, they're going to be here forever doing this shit.
nobody touching them.
Nobody was touching them, bro. From the pure hip hop to the experimental hip hop to straight drug dealer cocaine bars. To
And if you don't know what we talking about, we're talking Kanye, Kid Cudi, Common Resurgence.
yeah, Mr. Hudson, Consequence, Pusha T, Sarah kinda was like
They weren't big,
but they were
they were
involved.
good.
to keep that going a little bit, like to press a little bit further, that's when you get Big Sean, that's when you get Saha, that's when 2 Chainz is affiliated.
Yeah.
That's when goddamn, and then you looking at it from that perspective of everything Kanye doing, then your dog, your homie is Jay-Z,
Yeah.
who's already in all these doors.
And you get Watch the Throne.
My beautiful dog. Look,
If I could repeat that year, just
bro,
over and over again.
Diamond asked me about
Yeah.
Kanye's latest controversies this week.
Oh yeah. I didn't.
I told her straight up, I don't know what you're talking about. I know what she's talking about, but I don't know what you're talking about. I don't care about that. Like, I see people who have been Kanye fans that, again, this is resurging. Like, it's hard to defend him right now, all this shit that he's doing. Bro, I don't care about none of that. Has his albums, his last, 2-3 albums been lackluster compared to what the height of, like, the Life of Pablo Yeezus was? Yeah, I'll give you that. But he's still making these records. He's still putting the right minds together to get these records off. That's all I care about.
Yeah.
His rapping ability on these records might have been, I'm 100% in, or I'm not, or whatever the case may be. It's fine. But this nigga he came off of 808s to the Taylor Swift incident to My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Wait, before that, shit, you got to go Graduation, Blueprint 3, 808s and Heartbreak, Taylor Swift, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, Good Fridays, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasies, Yeezus. What?
Cruel Summer.
Cruel Summer. Like, what are we talking about? That whole span. That was probably like, 3 to 5 year span?
That My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy span was insane.
Bro.
Good. We used to wait for Good Friday, bro.
When you got home, niggas is at your room. You got the MacBook. We waiting.
Yeah.
We are waiting.
I did a whole listening party for Watch the Throne.
You had to play it twice because I came late.
Yeah.
With my little hood rat crew I was with. Came and we sat by your record player in your bedroom.
Yep.
And listened to that album from top to bottom.
Yep.
Come on, man. Like, bruh, I don't care. I don't care about none of that. Like,
That feeling was incredible.
bro, and there was a point in time, like, I saw this tweet. I was like, this got to be what's happening. It was like, do you feel like you're living in a reality that's not your own?
Oh, wow.
And I said,
That's deep.
yes, but my reality, like, I can reach out to it, but I can't grasp it. Like, it's there. I see it.
Okay.
It's like, you got to imagine, that's just crazy. Like, I don't even want to try to over-explain. Like you said, that's just deep.
It is. Because you can go multi-fold on that shit.
Bro, what?
Yeah.
Like, man. Whew. That era was great. That's all I'm going to say. And I don't think, that's why, to be completely honest with you, that's why I'm like rooting for Ray Shrimmer. That's why I like this little Yachty clip he put out.
Yeah.
That's why I like ESTG, because they do remind me of a feeling I once had.
Okay, this will be the last thing before we bounce.
All right.
Since we're talking about feelings and, like,
Right.
Stuff, give me, we're both going to do it,
Okay.
your top 3 albums that gave you, like, a feeling like you were like, oh, fuck. Like, it's a feeling you'll never have again. Like, when you heard it, or, like, the lead up to it, and when you finally listen to it, you're like, this is everything I wanted. And the feeling was like,
Can it be everything that was, can it be all encompassing?
What do you mean?
Like, Kanye put out Late Registration. That was a great time in my life.
I'm talking about
the music.
3 albums. 3 albums.
Okay.
That you remember the release, you're like, this album, like, literally gave me a feeling that it can never be replicated.
That's crazy, because they're going to be 2 Kanye off the rip.
That's fine.
Yeezus.
Mm-hmm.
First impression, right?
Yeah.
I can't really give Kanye any first impression. Now I think about it, because I didn't realize what was happening until after I listened to it several times. So, like, off the rip, when I knew this shit was crazy, Take Care. Damn, I don't want to do Take Care. Shit, Yeezus.
Mm-hmm.
My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Off the rip, it was special.
My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is definitely one of mine.
Yeah.
100%. But mine is different for the simple fact that part of All the Lights was made in my school. So I heard that song early.
Yeah.
And I remember I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
So, like, I just remember Tony Williams coming in, and then my teacher was the engineer for that. So I remember all that shit, and I was just like, bro, what am I listening to right now?
Oh, we got the movie, too.
Yeah.
That helped. Like, that added to the lore, for sure. All right,
I just remember him running his ass off.
Yeah, at the end,
yeah,
that nigga was gone.
Jumping, dog.
And the pants was tight.
Yeah,
I knew that was hard.
That boy was running.
Yeah.
First thing you gotta learn, baby, don't listen to the people like
yeah.
TV.
Yeah. Well, all right, you got two more. What's up?
Man. So yeah, definitely that one. Something that made me feel something inside, man. I'm not gonna lie, probably Cameron Killer Season. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Wow.
Like that one made me like, how could I? Because I'm not into street shit, right?
Right.
That album made me feel like I did though. if I explain that correctly.
Yeah.
Like the way that he was rapping on that shit, or the way that, like, I felt like I was there, like when he was talking about this shit, and I was like, and I was like, man, yeah, he did you wrong, Cameron, you're right.
Let me revise. Trap or Die. True Religion.
Oh, you're doing mixtapes, okay?
Well, because these two I didn't know anything about.
Right, yeah.
Like, I knew 2 Chainz was Titty Boy.
Yeah.
And I knew
you can do mixtapes too.
Brown. What was the record? Duffel Bag Boy.
Yeah.
I knew he did that
Play
on
a
there,
Circle.
but then it kind of faded out, fizzled out. But then when he resurfaced, and my friends I was chilling with at that time were just playing True. I was like, yo, who the fuck? Because he rapping. But it's in a different way. It's fresh. These beats is hard. Yeah, KO with Big Shine. Like, that was a record. The fuck? But Trap or Die, I already told you. My uncle was out here picking up pounds, and his homeboy is just like, come outside, listen to this. Have you heard of Young Jeezy? I said, nah, nigga, I'm still listening to Kids Bop.
He did. No, you did.
It wasn't Kids Bop, but
No, you didn't.
shit, in comparison, like,
Yeah, of course.
shit, I'm in the car like, huh? You can do this?
Yeah.
This is possible? But bro, there's so many, bro. It's hard. Like, I could give you records more than I can give you albums.
Okay, but my third one is probably going to be Outkast Aquemini, probably. Yeah.
Like when you first heard it.
When I first heard it, for sure. Because it was actually a while before I actually got into Outkast.
Yeah.
And I had to go backwards.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
Because I had Stankonia, but I went backwards. Aquemini. The reason Aquemini made me feel something, because that album is like kind of about struggling. Like that's what the point of that album is. So like, yeah, when I was hearing that, plus like, when my dad was going through, like, he just got out of, he came back from prison. He was like in church and stuff, like seeing his like progression. I was like that album like at the time was like that kind of that exact
was the
feeling
soundtrack
for that shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is like, and I was like, oh, this is what like rap is supposed to sound like in my head. Like was that shit.
Yeah.
And I was young too, so impressionable. Like I was like, oh fuck, that really like shaped my soundscape. That's what got me into like Tribe and like Roots and shit. Like Midnight Marauders is close because like I remember first time hearing that because that album is timeless. Like I don't care if I'm 90, I will always listen to that album because it's timeless. It's rare, especially that time because they had limited stuff. But that album is impeccable. That cover's amazing.
Q-Tip was a different guy.
Yeah, I just
is a different guy.
But I mean, obviously, definitely records you could throw in there for any of this shit. I'm like, I mean, come on, bro. Like
Controller.
You can't
crazy.
You can't replicate the first time you hear that.
Crazy.
You can't replicate the first time you do a swag surf.
Yeah.
You can't.
BMF.
Fucking hell.
Crazy.
No.
Otis.
Yep. Can't.
Crazy.
Can't change that.
And then what? Crazy. Set it off. But there's so many records like
Trap or Die.
Trap or Die. There's so many records where it's like, bro, even not seen it all, but All There. That record reminds me.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. to Bankroll Fresh, man. Hot Boy Fresh.
Shit. Oh, you know what album I'll never forget?
What?
Because we listened to it together.
What?
Young Dolph.
Thinking Out Loud, man.
We listened to that together.
Thinking Out Loud. I still listen to that to this day. I'll put that album on to this day. And your favorite song, my favorite song on there at the time was Eddie Kane. Your favorite song was Pacific Ocean.
Yes.
Pacific Ocean might be my favorite song on there now.
That song is incredible.
That song is great.
He was talking Cash Money shit.
Cash Money shit.
I get your whole family whack if I thought you was a problem.
Come on,
oh
man.
God.
Rest in peace to the God, man. Young Dolph.
Telling you.
Music is like, that's why I'm glad, like, you know, your wife listens to the podcast. She go home and ask you questions about why we so geeked out over this shit. Like, because there's more things to be geeked out about. Like, you're a big anime fan. Are you looking at the time?
No.
Oh, it's like, bro, look at my previous. There's more things we could be geeked out about that's like less received, right? Because everybody listens to music. Like, everybody does.
And I mean, and then probably most of the people that listen to it is for that reason.
Right.
Like, listen to this podcast. Like, that's why I don't go too hard on anime because I'm like, probably people be like, I'm not here for that.
Oh, no. I just told Nikki about Yu Yu Hakusho. I had to because I was showing her the tag. I'm finna get. And I literally tried to break down the conception.
Yeah.
You just came bad trouble kid. He saw his little kid. He was playing with his kid.
We're almost done with it. We're watching.
What are you watching it on?
Crunchyroll. Because Funimation is gone.
Really? I just, okay.
Because Crunchyroll absorbed all of Funimation's catalog, so they got all that shit on there.
Really? Because I didn't see that on there.
Oh, I'm literally watching it right now.
Okay. Maybe
Did you pull up my account?
No, I made an account.
Oh, it's on there.
And I don't even remember why. I think I made an account to watch it, but I don't remember seeing it on there.
I promise you was there. It's right here.
Oh, yeah. Nikki, I got some homework for you when you hear this. But by then, I would have already told you to watch it. But, yeah, music is like a universal thing or whatever. And Dalton's taste from my taste are two totally different things. But, like, once you start getting into it and, like, breaking it down and, like, the admiration that you have or the, like, how excited we just got about talking about, like, these records and shit. Like, there's nothing else that excites me more than, like, music. Maybe some vagina. But, but music definitely gets me to, it's needed, bro. I couldn't even imagine a world without this shit.
Yeah.
Like, the ability to make a song. Like, I love it so much, I try to do it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's intertwined with everything in daily life. You just think about Yu Hakusho without music. It would be the same.
Big factor. Big factor.
And it's a huge thing with anime in general. Like music is like entrenched in that.
Yeah.
Video games.
Yeah, set the tone.
You would that Mario wouldn't be like as iconic.
Do. Everybody knows that thing.
Everybody
knows.
Even if you're not a gamer, you know that shit.
Everybody know Pokemon's original. I wanna be the very.
It coincides.
Yo, when I was a kid, niggas told me that was Michael Jackson.
No, it's a white guy.
Niggas told me that was Michael Jackson when I was a kid.
That's crazy.
Singing the Pokemon theme song. By the way, I've been meaning to say this since I started rewatching it again at your house. But I'm watching Dragon Ball Super, and the one of the closing songs is like, "I'm waiting away, I'm trying to stay, I'm trying to wait." I was like, bro, if this ain't motherfucking what's that nigga name? That's Santa Travis. Don Tolliver.
Oh.
That has to be him. It has to be. In some universe, that's Don Tolliver doing that outro on Dragon Ball Super. But anyways.
You're not going to admit Super's not that good?
I'm actually... look, we were spoiled with Dragon Ball Z. But Dragon Ball Super's not bad.
It's not that great either.
It's not bad to me at all. Like I'm in there. I'm watching. Obviously, I'm watching this shit.
Yeah, you watched it with my son. I get it. Yeah, but
this your boy still got it.
And on that note,
Black Panther 2 trailer dropped.
Yep,
we're going to go see it as a family. Maybe. I'm definitely more hyped to see this one than the first one. Not because of obviously Chadwick's untimely passing adds to it, but this actually looks like a better film. To me, we don't have to get into semantics because you ready to go. To me, off the trailers, this should look like a better film.
It looks pretty epic, and then Shuri's definitely in the suit, bro.
Shuri's definitely in the suit. You can't deny them thighs.
They basically revealed it without revealing it.
Basically. The only... Since we truly don't know who's underneath the suit, watch it be Scarlett Johansson or some shit.
They would not do that. Come on, bro.
Watch it be
hilarious.
Dakota Fanning, nigga.
I'm sure there's gonna be edits for that shit, but
yeah,
like, nah.
When the mask finally come off and this, yeah.
So yeah, Shuri just walks out. What are you doing with my suit?
Yeah,
yeah. No, it looks
so
good.
Black Panther 2. That's pretty much.
And then Black Adam comes out the end of this month. So
yeah,
that.
It has been leaked that Superman, Henry Cavill is in.
They said he might be in it because they've been taking clips from like Justice League and shit. But we'll see.
We'll see. But other than that,
I'm not excited to see it, but I'm going to go see it.
DC till I die, man. We gonna holler at y'all next week. Yeah. And next week will be our last podcast. Then me and Dalton are both going on vacation.
Yeah, we'll both be out. Yeah. You'll be in the SIP.
Yeah, I'll be in the SIP.
And I'll be in Atlanta and Carolina. So.
You know what I'm saying? I'm flying, so pray for your boy. That's my first flight by myself.
I'm flying too, but it ain't no thing.
I'm scared.
And you have a layover too, so yeah, you gotta deal
in Houston, of all places.
Yeah, airport's small though. Lobby.
Hopefully. Yeah. All right. We'll see y'all later, man.
All right.
Take care. Piece of chicken grease. Peace fuckers. You're